There's a lot more to life here in Paraguay than many of us might think, and I wanted to share my personal experiences with you today. I'm honestly impressed by the value proposition and hospitality that I have received over the past 2 years of living here. Paraguay has given me so much more than I have asked for. And it's definitely one of the reasons why I decided to stay here in Paraguay and make Paraguay my main base. I've lived here for a good amount of time now. I've personally integrated in Paraguay. I'm fluent in Spanish and I've learned so much from the Paraguayan community here that I feel it is time for me to share some of the most important takeaways of my personal life in Paraguay. Starting out with a topic that we as men see as absolutely important when it comes to moving to a new country, we do want to have the opportunity to find love. I'm sure it's very important to you that the person you're with actually makes you her top priority, because that is quite uncommon in many countries these days. I have good news for you. In Paraguay's culture, in Paraguay, this is totally normal. It is totally normal for a Paraguayan woman to prioritize you over everything and anything in her life. And once you marry her, it is very likely that you will become her top priority and that you actually start a new family with her. And this is something that is totally unimaginable for the average expat watching this video, because it is not really normal in this day and age anymore. Many of us quit because we don't think that finding love is feasible. Many of us quit because we just don't see a path forward. However, I have great news for you. In Paraguay's culture, family values are still highly appreciated. And the work that you put in to not only be, but create a worthy life with your significant other here in Paraguay will help you prosper in this country over the long term. And this is what many of us are after. We are after a great family life. We are escaping our current systems that represent broken family values. And when we come here to this landlocked country in the heart of South America, we often find ourselves in a much more favorable situation for starting over and creating the family that we always wanted for ourselves. You might not be the most religious person on the planet, but believe me, you have plenty of opportunities here to find the love that you've been looking for. Paraguay's strongest asset are its people. The Paraguayan community is strongly concentrated on retaining strong family values. Paraguay's strongest asset is its culture. Despite of some of the narratives that you may have heard on the internet, I believe that Paraguayan culture embodies intrinsic values that many of us need to find pure happiness in the 21st century. Having the opportunity to enjoy lunch and dinner without stressing about the time and when you have to get back home or when you might have to get back to work is something that is super abnormal in this century. The Paraguayan community is very much concentrated on maximizing quality time over work performance. This might sound frightening to you if you come from a very productive and efficient society that told you that the most important thing in life is work. There's no doubt that work is super important in life and that you have to create a worthy income to create the life that you want for yourself. However, Paraguayan culture is deeply rooted in the quality of time that you spend not only with your significant other, but with the entire Paraguayan community. That's why it's so common to have very relaxed conversations here on the streets, in public spaces, and even during gatherings that you have never attended before. The Paraguayan community will greatly accept you, even if you're a foreigner. When we compare this to how communities function in the northern hemisphere of the planet, we can see a definite contrast and prove that Paraguay's community is very welcoming to receiving foreigners from Europe, Australia, the United States, Canada, and United Kingdom. You might be interested in coming to Paraguay for the low cost of living. This is a definite point that makes Paraguay an interesting place to consider for your long-term place. However, I do want to add that the cost of living in Paraguay is not necessarily the lowest across the planet. However, Paraguay's cost of living is the second lowest in Latin America in 2025. While the cost of living is rising rapidly in major westernized metropolitans, Paraguay's cost of living remains relatively affordable for the average expat from the northern hemisphere. What makes Paraguay a very low-cost country to live in, you may ask? The low cost of living is typically predicated on three major components: affordable housing, food, water, and utilities, the three basic necessities of life. And all these necessities are very affordable for an American, Canadian, European, or Australian expat looking to settle down here for the long term. One of the things that we often consider the least is whether the new host country that we consider as our new base actually offers a steady supply of affordable food, water, and electricity. Taking Paraguay's geography into consideration, we can understand why this country may never gain the same traction as other Latin American countries. When we consider Paraguay's geography, we can clearly see why the majority of expats would rather consider a country with a vibrant coastline, exciting nightlife scene, and networking opportunities than this landlocked country in the heart of South America. While Paraguay offers a unique value proposition that is specifically appealing to a group of conservatives that may not find true conservative values in the Northern Hemisphere anymore. There are plenty of groups, expats, that may not find what they're looking for in this ancient country here in the heart of South America. You might find Paraguay's geography boring. I personally find Paraguay's geography enticing and worthy for a long-term stay. It all depends on what your aspirations are in life. If you seek freedom, peace of mind, and a life under a small government that doesn't regulate every single aspect of your life, then Paraguay might be the perfect recipe that you have been looking for. I'm personally enjoying the lack of political polarization here in Paraguay. This is a point that is totally unimaginable for a Western expat that comes from a politically polarized society, the Northern Hemisphere, where we are accustomed to being bombarded with all kinds of political narratives that are pushed to pretty much destroy the community that exists in those countries. Coming from a country where political polarization is more prevalent today than ever before, I can personally testify that this is not a problem here in Paraguay. When you turn on Paraguayan television, you rarely hear about what's going on outside of Paraguay's borders. Very rarely do you hear Paraguayan television addressing some of the issues that are happening abroad, including wars, immigration issues, and even global events are not really addressed here as much as they are in other countries. Now, just knowing that Paraguay doesn't really participate in a lot of the global political turmoil that's happening makes you have more freedom and peace of mind than if you were to live in a country that is more focused and geared towards participating in global issues. There's little to no ideological divide between Paraguayans. There is no need to prove another community member wrong. Oftentimes, Paraguayans avoid criticism altogether because they know that the outcome wouldn't be so desirable. Paraguay's travel by land value proposition is something that personally attracted me to the region. Having the flexibility to pack things and get into my car and head to a completely new destination here in South America is something that I could personally never enjoy in Southeast Asia, where travel by land is highly restricted, where importing a vehicle into a different country is difficult to impossible. Now, with Paraguay participating in the full member Mercosur agreement, it is easy to bring a Paraguayan licensed vehicle into a different country that's also part of Mercosur. Yes, you are required to provide insurance proof, especially Mercosur insurance proof, and your vehicle must be registered and obviously under your name. However, it is freedom that you may not find in a different geographic location. Really, only the European Union offers that. The purchase of a new vehicle might be more realistic for you here than in your native country. Why is that? Well, Paraguay imports and sells more economic vehicles to its ever-growing middle class. New vehicles can be purchased for as little as $10,000 if you're looking for a hatchback, or starting at $19,000 to $20,000 for a crossover. Now, this would be completely unimaginable in the Northern Hemisphere. Considering the high taxation and bureaucratic nightmare that certain authorities are making you go through in order to register a vehicle, I can personally testify that buying and registering a vehicle here in Paraguay is so much smoother and less problematic than in many other countries where I've personally owned vehicles. One of the most important things that you need to have when immigrating to a new country is easy access for residency. Paraguay's favorable immigration policies are really in place to help Americans, Canadians, Europeans, Australians, and Brits move to this country to start over and get access to full reciprocity in civil and property rights, something that is absolutely mandatory to make it here in South America. While property and company ownership remains a distant dream in certain geographic locations, Paraguay made this dream become a reality for you. All that Paraguay asks for you is to have a clean criminal record and a passport from an eligible country, and you may qualify for full reciprocity in civil and property rights here in the heart of South America. And the most important part why I personally chose Paraguay is that Paraguayan residency did not require a financial commitment. Many countries require you to purchase property or deposit significant amounts of money in a local bank account to get residency. Paraguay's relaxed immigration policy is one of the reasons why more expats than ever decide to pick up a Plan B residency here. Now, if you're coming from the US, Canada, or Europe, you might be very concerned about the religious direction your native country is heading to. When immigrating to Paraguay, you get access to a Christian community that is highly respectful of your religious beliefs. Something that may never be a given in a different geographic location is very doable and actually a standard in Paraguay. Now, while I have personally lived here in Paraguay since 2023 and enjoyed the results I was able to generate, are you ready to apply for one of South America's most interesting residency permits? Now, while I personally lived here in Paraguay since 2023 and enjoyed the results I was able to generate, are you interested in obtaining residency in this laid-back and welcoming country here in the heart of South America? Nomad Elite offers a new promo this month, October 2025, where you can purchase our sought-after Plan B Paraguay package at a significant discount. And this package comes with brand new features that you will enjoy. If you're interested in getting residency in Paraguay with the help of Nomad Elite and a free event ticket to Nomad Elite now, then this might be the package that you've been looking for. It is perfect if you're looking for a Plan B and want to give Paraguay a try. If you want us to take care of everything for you here, then go ahead and secure the Plan B package right now. Also, our one-trip residency package is available on sale this month. We have optimized and further improved this package for you. This month, you get a $1,550 discount. The one-trip Paraguay package is built on the Plan B, so all features are part of the one-trip Paraguay residency package. We also help you to secure Paraguayan driver's license, cedula, bank account, and tax number. And this month, we also help you to apply for your corporate tax number here in Paraguay. On top of that, you get complimentary consultations, an Asuncion tour, and access to our Paraguay introduction training. If you're interested in securing your Plan B Paraguay package at a $550 discount, or your one-trip Paraguay package at a $1,550 discount, go to nomadelite.com to schedule your consultation today. I look forward to helping you immigrate to this hospitable and opportunity-rich country in the heart of South America. Thank you so much for watching.